Okay, let us begin now. A very good evening and welcome to another live stream by Market Insights. And we are going to delve ourselves into today's news data, that is the CPI for the Canadian economy, and the most awaited PMI for the US economy, where we are headed, and whether this data can help us figure out what the trend is. And before that, I'll just ask some basic questions. Is there any form of trouble in the audio and the video? Please post your comments as such, whether there is any trouble in the audio or video. If there is not, please post okay or something like a thumbs up so that I know if the audio and the video is clear. Apart from that, I would also like if somebody tells me if the background is clear or not, if there is any background noise as such. So please comment down in the chat box so that I know if everything is alright. Okay, we have received one confirmation. Thank you very much, Biswajit, and accordingly we will begin. So, welcome to the new viewers. Again, the same thing, we will be looking at a very important day. Okay, a little bit noisy, in the sense the background is a bit noisy, I suppose. If the background is okay, then it's fine. Okay, let me just do it. Is the background noisy now? Can you please confirm this once, if the background is noisy? Now I've changed some settings. Is it all right now? Hi Kalpesh, hi Adil. I just asked whether if it is noisy now. Okay. So I suppose this is better than the previous audio, I suppose. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. So we will begin, and today was absolutely crucial for a lot of economies, for a lot of currencies, especially the major currencies. We have seen. Okay, thank you very much. I'm seeing some new names. So yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, as I was saying, today's day was very important. Half of the play has been done in a lot of currencies. I have posted recently about GBP. So, what has happened in GBP? What has happened in Euro? We will cover that. We'll try to see what the impact has been of PMI, that is the Purchasing Managers Index. Okay, so PMI is a different scenario, and the Canadian CPI is a different scenario. However, both the data will not be available until I close this particular live stream. Okay, that is, we will end at around 6:30 GMT plus 5:30, and the data will come out. Let me just share the screen as such. I will show you the screen as to what time it will be. Okay, now please let me know if the screen is visible. If there is any trouble looking at the screen, or the audio or the video, whatever it is, please post it in the chat box so that I am aware. Okay, if there is any trouble. So this is the scenario of today's, right, February. We are already around 5:30, so we have started this session at 5:30. We will end at 6:30, but the data will come out at 7. Okay, the Canadian CPI, and later in the evening we will have the USD flash services PMI, flash manufacturing PMI as such. Okay, so these two data, this two we will discuss as to where we are headed, and the Canadian CPI, what to expect in the Canadian, currency and the economy, right? So both these data are very important. We just got through this particular. I suppose I will have to refresh it once because this is not showing the ZEW economic sentiment. Okay. which is also a very crucial data, I would say. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, so ZEW is still in the zone of negative. Okay, however, it has come up. So it has come up fantastically well. So what is its impact on the European currency? That we'll also see. German is basically the torchbearer of the European zone, the Eurozone, right? So German ZEW economic sentiment, it's quite important. Although I've not seen Euro, maybe I was preparing something else. I was looking at GBP. So we will go down to Euro and we will look at the impact it has had. Apart from that, we will have CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, okay, which basically measures inflation, retail inflation, and what kind of inflation it is, and how the impact is on the currency as such. We will dwell into that. What are the levels? All, especially, I'm saying this again, although you might see the banner disclaimer, okay, that is all of this discussion is completely and purely for education purposes, okay. So whatever we are seeing from a perspective of learning, and probably to get to know the markets better, okay. So this is the scenario. After CPI, we will obviously look at the PMI, which is quite crucial for this particular month. After we saw USD, just breaking through the employment numbers has been stellar, and the magnificent number has, given a lot of support for the falling dollar, for the falling greenback, and how it is going to perform in the near future. We will try to decode and we'll try to analyze a little bit. So yes, let us begin. Let us begin with the charts. Apart from that, today just a small recap of what has happened. Okay, so Australian meeting minutes has come out. You can read that. You can download it and read that, up to you. Okay. So apart from that, the manufacturing PMI of Japan has slowed down, indicating a recession. Okay, indicating a small contraction in the economy. Right. After that, we saw French. The manufacturing is in trouble. Obviously, the expected amount was 51. However, it came down to be 47.9, which is quite low as compared to the forecast. And absolutely opposite, the services has again outshone the manufacturing sector. Okay, so services is expanding, the manufacturing is going down. Okay, similar scenario in Germany. Okay, we have seen services to be okay as compared to the forecasted number. However, the manufacturing has fallen down. Okay, so overall the manufacturing is suffering, and overall you see 48.5 and 53. That is, the services sector is kind of expanding now, especially as the COVID lockdown, it improves throughout the globe. The economies open up. So whenever that thing happens, services and most of the processes outsourcing that happens, and that is how the services sector is also booming. Okay, I won't say it is booming, but still it is recovering, I would say, right? Apart from that, GBP, what a magnificent change in GBP. All of us were expecting that GBP is, in deep troubles. First of all, it maintained a very good number. Let us just go back a little bit to see. Okay. Uh, Overall, the data has been quite good for GBP. I'm not remembering what exact data was there. I would say in the previous week or so, the GBP again, it has received a good amount of support today as well. Okay, after receiving on that day, probably 2 weeks back, some data was there. I'm forgetting the exact data. However, this particular data has just boomed up. Okay, it has provided a huge support for GBP against most of the currencies. So we will see that first, okay, and then we will jump on to the Canadian dollars and the USD. Okay, nice. Oh, okay, nice. So let us see what happens. I would share the screen now. Give me some moments. Okay, I suppose this particular screen is visible. Thank you very much, PR Progress. Uh, yeah, I suppose the screen is visible. Everything is fine. Okay. Uh, yes. Okay. This is the one. So this is basically the GBP USD. You see, ranged market throughout. Okay, through and through you see a ranged market. Okay, all of it is 5 minute time frame. Let us change it to 15 minutes. It won't change much, however. Okay, so we saw this one. Okay, arranging market, completely arranging. You cannot do much here. Again, it went into a triangle formation, and it did provide us a very good short opportunity here. This is how we spot a triangle, some form of a chart pattern. Okay, and after that we saw the breakdown of this particular chart. uh, the trend line, it went down, it went all the way down, it covered the first target, which was this one, is the resistance, this is the support. It broke it, and then it went down. Okay, again it went to pull back. It pulled back. It somehow vaguely took resistance at this level. Okay, again these levels are completely purely price action based. So if you go back, you will see that multiple times this has been providing supports, okay, or resistances. That is why I've chosen these levels to be very important. Look at this, a very crucial resistance. In the future, such important turning points, such important reversals act as supports and resistances. So accordingly we have set these up. Okay, so this is the scenario right now. Let us just skip to this part. Give me a moment, please. Okay, so this is the scenario right now. Okay, uh, again it took resistance here and it went down all the way. Fortunately, it took a support from this point. Okay, now note the timeline. Okay, I have chosen a 15-minute time frame. If I go down to a 5 minute time frame, we'll be able to see it more clearly. Okay, there's some disturbance. No worries. Now it is clear. So yeah, look at this. An important support. Look at the time. Okay, it's 2:50. It's 14:55, and it's 3. 3, the print comes out and the price jumps. Okay, the price jumps. It clears off everything within 5 minute time frame. One resistance, two resistance, third resistance. Okay, it takes the fourth resistance. It slows down here, comes back down, opens up here, then again it goes up after breaking this resistance. Okay, so overall the scenario was quite easily captured using the past price action. So this is what has happened. Accordingly, we have also got an opportunity to look at this particular scenario of a triangle. Okay, so triangle also was captured here, as well as multiple levels were captured. Now important time, such news data, whenever it comes out, you need to be very crucial. You need to be paying crucial attention to it, because might be after seeing all these red candles, somebody might have you know gone short on this particular thing. Okay, they might have shorted here, wherever. Okay, after seeing all these three candles, maybe some indicator was posting negative, short signals and all that. But however, you need to remember the timings. Okay, so the timing was very crucial in this particular scenario. It took the time, it took the support, and it breached nearly three resistances and took the fourth resistance here, if you can see. It is very clear. I suppose if there is any kind of doubt, you may post your comments in the chat box. Okay, then it went up and it took the fifth resistance now. Fifth and sixth resistance are somewhere around here. These are all lines. These are all past price action based lines. If we go back, you'll be able to see why I have chosen these levels. Okay, the first one is because of a good amount of resistance here, good amount of support here. Okay, and then apart from that, this one, good amount of supports here. So some form of a past price action, past price levels here as well. Okay, some consolidation has happened in this range. Okay, so these are the ideas behind such levels. Okay, the past price action gives us an insight into the future. Okay, whenever we trade, whenever we look for indications, we have to look at such things. Okay, now it is ranging again. Why it is ranging? One would argue that it is not ranging, it is providing us enough input to buy or sell, whatever. But I would call it as a ranging because it is ranging between these two levels. Okay, these two levels it is ranging, and it is still not clear whether this momentum will continue upside or it will slow down and recover the gains. Okay, it will restore its previous level. So this is still a yes or no situation, an up or down situation. Okay, now why is this an up or down situation? That is also crucial. That is a crucial question. Now if anybody from the viewers can post what the answer might be that we are witnessing after such a huge momentum gap, momentum candle, such a huge bullish candle. Okay, why is the price not acting up again? Why it is not moving up again? Okay, what is the reason behind it? Let me delete this triangle first. Okay, now it is better to see, look at. So this is the scenario. This is ranging. Why it is ranging? If anybody has any clue, post it in the chat box. Okay, so let us see who has the idea, because I've already told you the answer. Okay, in the start of the in the start of the live, I've told you the answer, that such and such things are going to happen. Now what is the reason behind this ranging market? You may post it in the chat box. I will not answer it. Okay, that is fine. Now let us move on to where we are at regarding the euro. Now euro is in a very good condition. I would say very good condition, because uh, overall it has provided a lot of opportunities. It is not a ranging market. if, even if it is ranging, even when it is ranging, it's still providing us opportunities. That's how easy it is to look at such a lucid asset. Okay, such currency pairs, it is very good when we look at it. It is not exactly ranging. It might range at points, but then it just pumps up, it just changes your perspective. Now this is the scenario which I posted yesterday or day before yesterday, I don't remember. This was the scenario. Okay, I suppose in the previous week. Yeah, in the previous week, somewhere around this time, 6:20 or something like that, I posted this idea that this is a triangle again, a symmetrical triangle, a chart pattern which is very very crucial to the price action. Okay, and this is the scenario. Now look at this. Just let me draw a path. Okay. Now price action tries to range. Whenever triangle pattern has to form, the price action starts to range between two trend lines. Okay, these are not horizontal trend lines, nor are these extreme trend lines with the extreme slope. Okay, these are normal trend lines. These are normal, ups and downs. Okay, which coordinate, which makes a very coherent uh, you know levels. Okay, you see this. Now what is coherent level is that the lows are making a trend line, the highs are making a trend line, the highs are making a declining trend line, that is a downtrending trend line, and the lows are making a increasing trend line, it is going up. Okay, and the highs are going down. Okay, one can argue that this is a this three falling peaks, or falling peaks, like kind of like that, falling highs, and this one is moving up, the lows are moving up, so increasing lows. So both these things happen concurrently, simultaneously, okay, and all of this is spontaneous, okay. And when you see, let me give you an idea about the volatility in such situations, okay. So let me just clean up a little bit. Okay, now it is clear, okay. So look at this particular thing. It is nothing but Bollinger Band, okay. Okay, now look at this. Bollinger Bands are very, very amazing indicators. Okay, they provide us a very good insight into the implied volatility at any particular price point at any time period we want. Okay, now look at this. That the price action started moving down. Okay, the volatility was low. The bands are low. Okay, they are very low. They are very close as such. Okay, then it starts to move up. Then it starts to consolidate. Let me just show you. From here to here, it is you know moving down, nah? They are kind of converging. The bands are converging, right? So why these bands are converging? Let me show you. Okay, these bands are converging, isn't it? These bands are coming close to each other, right? At this point it is a shrinking point, right? Now when we look at a triangle pattern, the volatility decreases, okay, as the price action moves further into the triangle pattern, okay. Now this is a very advanced idea. Okay, this is a advanced concept of triangle pattern. We know that there are two trend lines, and either it is going to break upside or it is going to break down. Okay, either of the things are going to happen. But what happens if uh, with the volatility? Okay, it is very important that the volatility goes down along with this triangle. Okay, as the price movement, the range that this triangle is providing is lowering, it's going down, right? Further, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let me just show you. Where is that? Yes. So this is the scenario. Look at this. If the range that is being provided is this long here, it is getting reduced, na? It is getting reduced one by one every particular cycle that we are looking at in this scenario. Okay, this is the first high, this is the second high. The range is getting smaller, right? And in the third cycle, in the third high that we are making, it is extremely small, okay, as compared to the first one. So what is happening in this scenario is the price range in which the price is moving, it is getting lower and lower, okay, lower and lower. Along with that, certain volatility indicators provide us a very good insight into what exactly is happening with the price action, okay. So the volatility is also going down along with this price range, okay. The price range is going down, the volatility is also going down. Now there comes a time when there is a pinch, okay, there is a pinch. Let me just delete everything so that you can see it clearly. Okay, there is a pinch in the sense there comes a time when the volatility is very small, okay, very small. Both the bands will converge like this, okay. It is just an example, okay. Both the bands will converge like this. So it is called a pinch, or this is the scenario where it is called a pinch. Now this pinch happens in Bollinger Bands. Okay, when this pinch happens, we have to expect some movement. Okay, because the volatility has reached its minimum right now. Now either of the two things will happen. Okay, it will shrink further. Okay, it will shrink further. But being Bollinger Bands, Bollinger Bands is a statistical concept. Okay, now there comes a time in the statistics that the volatility cannot go any low further. Okay, it cannot go any further. down. So there comes a point when such volatility levels look. I'm not able to say volatility again and again. So this is the scenario. This is a problem. What happens is after some time, this just blasts off. Okay, okay. The volatility increases like anything. Okay, it goes off like this, right? The price range, it increases dramatically. Okay, so if it is like this, the price action will probably go down. And if it is like, let me show you, usually it happens with Bollinger Bands. Okay, Bollinger Bands are outstanding, okay, indicators. Like this, okay, it will move up. Okay, like this it will move up. So one pinch and then the price action just releases itself. Okay, it just releases the tension, releases the amount of orders that are pending, they are waiting for that pump up. Okay, so this is what happens after a pinch. Okay, this pinch is very important, and Bollinger Bands usually talk about this Bollinger pinch. In order to see it very clearly, let us see the pinch here. This is the pinch here at this point when when the price range is very low. Okay, the bandwidth in which the price action is moving is very low. Okay, let me show you. This is very low, right? This is a pinch, and the market is waiting for the pinch to end. Okay, now this pinch will end in such a scenario. Look at this. It opens up in either direction. Okay, now in this case it has opened up in a downtrending volatility, or it can go up as well. Okay, so both the things I've taught you, although it was not on our agenda. Okay, this is nice. Yes, let us bring the price back. It is the most important thing in our lives, the price action. Okay, whatever happens, we have to confirm it with the price action. So this is, let us keep this because I'm going to discuss more on this. So this scenario gave us a very good movement. Oh my god. Yes, let us delete all this and get back to where we were. And we saw not only this movement downside. Okay, we have seen a downside, and it is an outstanding movement. Okay, not a long position but a short position. Whenever you see there is a break, okay, there is a break, you can probably go short. Keep your stop loss somewhere above here. Okay, no need to go all the way up, okay, above this high. Or maybe you can, if you want to, right, completely based on your preference, and then let it run. When you see that the price is reversing, okay, when you see that a hammer has been formed, you probably will close the trade. Okay, this is a hammer. It is going down inverted hammer. Okay, so this is the scenario. It is going up. It has took a resistance between this basis line. This is the basis EMA, base EMA, and has went up, came down, and took a support on this particular base EMA. Okay, now it is futile that we are still running the trade. We have to just get out of the trade. Okay, when it goes up like this. Now it has gone up in the previous time also, in here also, right, in here also, here also. But we are not, when it reaches the base point, when it reaches this particular EMA, then it is futile to wait and wait for that reversal. Okay, don't expect too much. So yes, this is the scenario. Again, now these trend lines are not completely useless. Okay, these will provide us a very good opportunity, a very good understanding in the future price action. Okay, the future price action is what, in the future. So in the future, it has taken a resistance here on this downtrending trend line. It has taken resistance here after crossing it, the lower one, right? And took a support here, took a resistance here, and then it is just ranging around this particular trend line. Look at this, how beautiful it looks. It is almost, uh, you know, uh, it almost resembles the base EMA. The base EMA is also going down along with this trend line. This is very rare that a trend line is providing a very good range around it. Okay, the price action is sticking to a trend line. This is very beautiful. Okay, just by looking at it, it looks very systematic. Now once a time comes that the trend line is finally over, okay, it has breached up, okay, now this trend line is futile for us. Now it has no sense, it makes no sense that we use it again. Okay, close this indicator. Now what happened uh, today? So let us see what has happened today. Okay, this is the scenario. uh, Let us look at the timing of the ZEW estimate sentiment and the flash PMI. The flash PMI came around 230 to 230, 145 like that, and ZEW came around 330. So let us look at these timelines, these times. Okay, so I will use this particular tool, Alt V. So 2 o'clock came the French one, which was uh, down 145, I suppose. 245. Wait a second. It was around 145. Yes. Okay. 145 is here. Okay. French one. Then 2 o'clock, I suppose. This one. 2 o'clock was basically the German PMI when it came out. German PMI was at this particular line. Let us change this line to probably red. Okay, so yellow one is French, this one is red one is basically German PMI when it came out. And then we saw ZEW estimate, which came out around 330. So let us see that as well. Okay, okay, so this is the scenario overall. Okay, now one may say that there is a trend line that is formed here. Okay, now what is the trend line? Let us see. This is a high that was made. I suppose I have to delete this line. Okay, let's delete this one. Make some trend lines as to see where we are. Okay, now I'm short on time as well today, so probably we will not be able to do everything that we have set out to do, right? So we'll have to just alter it a little bit. Okay, so this one is the scenario, and another one, if I can manage, I'll put it up here, I suppose. So this is also a good trend line. Both the trend lines are working. Okay. So not a triangle pattern as such. However, it resembles a triangle pattern. It is not very clear and is not very much, on point. Okay. But I suppose this is a very good idea as to look at it in this particular manner. Okay, because it was ranging previously. It entered the market in a range. Okay, now it started making highs and lows like this, and we can wait which way it is going. Okay, so this is the scenario. Look at this triangle pattern and probably understand where we are supposed to go. Now let us keep it this way. Jump on to USDX and let us see where is USDX right now. Okay, this one. Okay, USDX is also made like a diamond pattern or something like that. This is also looking like a diamond. No worries, let us see at the levels where we are. Okay, so all these levels are completely from education point of view. Don't worry about it. Don't bother taking these seriously. Okay, all of it is completely educational, purely based on price action. No indicators, no as such. Okay, nothing. Now this is also ranging. This is also ranging. Ranging market is complete pure frustration for me. Okay, and probably for you guys as well. It is pure frustration. So what happens if this continues? If this continues and the range is quite frustrating as such. However, the levels are working really fine. Okay, you can see here, one after another, it has taken support, resistance, very properly. Okay, Next we see it has taken supports, breached out, taken support, then it went down again. Let us zoom it a little bit. Okay, now the timing as to this higher volatility candles that you are seeing, it is again the GBP wala time. Okay, when the PMI of UK economy came, the USD fell. Okay, USD fell very uh, properly. Let us look at how much it fell. It fell from this point to this point. So nearly, I suppose, this much 0.38% it fell within 30 minutes. So accordingly, the GBP USD went up more than, I suppose, 1%. So 100 basis points it went up, and it went down. The dollar index, it went down. So people shorted USD when the PMI came out. Look at the time, how well it is coordinated. It is 2:55. A normal red candle is formed. Okay, and then a high volatility candle, showing that this particular downtrending movement is confirmed by the data. Okay, when it is confirmed by the data, there is no stopping the downfall, and people short. Okay, however, just give me a moment. So, okay, these are completely price action based levels. Still they are working really well. Okay, every candle somehow it reacts to these levels. Okay, it reacts, and the closing point of this last candle is here, and then it starts to move up, then it starts to recover the losses. Okay, now it recovers the losses, and it again enters into a ranging market between these two levels. These, for your kind information, I drew this somewhere around before all this. Okay, so somewhere in this particular area previous week, I suppose. Okay, so previous week we were somewhere here. Thursday was Thursday or Wednesday, I suppose it was, and I drew all these lines. Okay, so these have been working since the last week. Okay, and okay, don't want to move any particular line. These are good reference points as to where the price action is. Okay, and this is the scenario. Look at this again, taking support. You can consider it as a parallel range. Let me draw that for you. Okay, remove this. Yes, so this one, and this one as well. Let us make it visible. Okay, this one is fine. Okay, look at this. The middle line is, completely overlapping the level that we had, and this will act as a resistance support within this range. Okay, so this is the scenario. If the US PMI comes out to be very strong, okay, which I suppose it may. Okay, there is a possibility. Look at this. Okay, previously the PMI of services, uh, you know was around 46.8, and now it is forecasted to increase to almost 47.3 to 48, I suppose 48, 49. It may go all the way up to 49 or 50 also. I cannot say for sure because the data is completely out of our control, out of our uh, you know calculations, right? What we have is the price action, and what we have is our trading terminal, and a lot of tools that we have under control. But this data is not under our control. It is a very educated guess that it might be near to 50, the services PMI. The manufacturing PMI, on the other hand, might be a little bit lower. However, it is forecasted that it is still going to be higher than the previous number, that is 46.9. It is supposed to go up all the way to 47.4 or 48, you can consider. Okay, this numbers are already showing that the services sector and the manufacturing sector is still contracting. Okay, it is still contracting. It must be above 50 so that we can understand, yes, it is expanding instead of contracting. Okay, however, these are better numbers as compared to the previous number, which was already very low, 46.8, 46.9. Okay, so these are low numbers, 46. Okay, we are considering, we are having an optimistic opinion for dollar, especially after the stellar employment numbers that we had, outstanding numbers of employment. So we had that particular data in our hand, and the particular market is also expecting that the Fed has some room left for even more, rate hikes. So if you will go back, I suppose the first week of this particular month, let us go back to the first week of this month. First week, usually, the employment data is completely published. So let us go there and let me show you the screen and the numbers themselves. The numbers are very strong numbers. Okay, so kind of hold on to your seat, although it is, obviously, it has happened, but still such a huge stellar difference between the forecasted value. Look at this non-farm employment change, 193 to 517,000. There is no comparison between the forecasted number and the actual number that has come up, that these guys have come up with. Okay, you can read the whole particular report on the BEA site. Okay, you can go on to not this one, but this one. Yeah, Bureau of Labor Statistics. You can go on this particular website and read all about it. Okay, so this one was very crucial for providing dollar the amount of support that we are seeing currently. Okay, 131 in USD JPY, 132, those levels, after hitting 128, 129, that is something different. Okay, that is something different of a support. Then again, the PMI was also very good for these particular numbers. Okay, 55 was the services PMI. Accordingly, we can judge that services PMI is going to be higher than expected. Okay, so there is a very good educated guess. I'm not making any claims here. Okay, it is completely an educated guess, a completely educational, guess, and from the perspective of education only. Okay, I have to repeat this sentence so many times that I've gotten used to it. This is my favorite line now, and this is for education purposes only. Okay, no worries. If you guys have any particular suggestion or any particular currency or commodity in mind, feel free to post it in the chat box. We will try to look at that. Okay, so this is the scenario that we are looking at. So look at this stellar numbers, services PMI around 815. Okay, look at this time and accordingly set your priorities. Okay, I will move on to the Canadian dollar. What's happening in the Canadian dollar? Let us look at that, understand where we are. Look at this, it is taking a support, it has taken a support in this candle. If you may see this, look at this. My voice is completely, broken off because throat problems probably, and that is why I'm not feeling very well today. However, the show must go on, right? So this is the scenario, and I'm still coming out with a throat, almost an infection of a throat, right? And still doing the live stream. So this is all the love that you have given me in the recent past. Thank you very much for supporting, so that we make such live streams happen and such you know content for you guys, for your education, for your information. We make such content. Okay, so this is the scenario where we were. I suppose we were in this particular. Okay, okay. Let me show you this setup. Okay. Sorry, I was discussing about this setup. Okay. This is the index. Okay, dollar index. Look at this. It has taken a support on this middle range. The next candle, it breaks it. Okay, now it is breaking it. Okay, now what will be the next downfall? What will be the next support? Obviously this one. because it is ranging na. It has already performed one range here, already performed a range here, and a hammer has been formed. Hammer means it is going to go up. Now in a range, hammer and evening star, morning star, inverted hammer, such form of candlestick patterns are very helpful. However, these ranges are very frustrating, trust me when I say this, very frustrating, because you don't know when it is going to reverse or when it is going to break out of the range. So this is a very bad scenario. However, we still are able to make sense of this particular scenario. Okay, so look at this. It is breaking down, and the next area where it may take a support is this range. Okay, so this is the scenario. Within the ranging market, we are able to make sense. Okay, we are still making sense with this particular scenario. Give me a moment. Yes, guys. I suppose everyone is very chill today. I suppose everyone has drinking their tea and probably ate their biscuits, because nobody is answering or interacting on the chat box. I suppose everybody is bored, looking at the same charts again and again. But these charts, I would say, are the most important thing to understand and to learn. You know about the markets. These charts are everything, especially for me. When I talk about charts, I'm very passionate, and I'm very passionate about the price action. So this is the scenario. Look at this. It is live, absolutely live, and this is the scenario. It is in front of you, arranging market. Yet we are able to make sense of it. That is this scenario. Look at this particular candle here also. It is somewhat resembling a downward momentum, right? It is somewhat resembling a what do we say, inverted hammer or something like a shooting star. Yeah, it is somewhat resembling a shooting star. However, the wick is very not very long, but still somewhat of a shooting star, right? Somewhat. I'm not saying it is a shooting star. Okay, don't uh, catch my words. So this is the scenario in this. Let us move on to the Looney, right? Such a beautiful name, Looney, right? So Looney Tunes, Canadian dollar. Give me a moment. It is really hard to talk continuously for an hour without coughing. So this is the scenario. This is the reality of making content and making providing education. Now again, I have drawn these particular lines based on past price action. Okay, somewhere around this range, this particular upside, I made all these levels. Look at this. uh, so somewhat makes sense to look at the price action, past price action, and judge by that. Okay, so all of it has been made in the previous week itself, and now, okay, it is helping us. Okay, how it is helping us, look at this. All the charts are very very uh, resembling each other very well. Okay, now this is also showing a downward side. Okay, USD CAD, because the base currency is the same, right? US dollar against Canadian dollar. Now timing, if you will see, it will again be near to 3 o'clock, right? When the GBP PMI came out. This is how we connect the dots. This is how we connect the news data with the price action. So this is 245 wala 255 wala candle na. This is a 5 minute candle na, that is why. So this is 255 wala candle. This is 3 o'clock wala candle. When the PMI came out, GBP pump up, and then this just goes down. However, it has taken support here, it has taken resistance here, it has gone down, it has taken support here. Okay, so the levels are absolutely crucial in this scenario to look at the price action, to learn those price action levels. It is uh, working wonders for us here. However, it is a ranging market. We cannot say much what to do here. So it's until the data comes out, until the market also expects something, that whether the trend is clear, the momentum is clear. Okay, uh, Just give me a moment. So this is the scenario, okay. Yeah. Okay. So yes, where we were? Yes, this particular one. USD CAD, not much to do until the CPI comes out. If the CPI is higher than expected, let me show you this. Okay, CPI, what we are expecting of CPI is it will be higher than the previous number, that is 0. Negative 0.6% was there. We are expecting the CPI to come up after the inflationary, things that are going on. A lot of geopolitical scale that I won't discuss here because I don't want this particular live stream to be, be made a point of discussion for geopolitics and stuff like that. Although we can discuss it on a very massive scale. I can go on for hours which country is doing what and which country is impacting which country in what manner. I can go on for a very long time, but I don't want to, make it hodgepodge. So, because of a lot of factors, the inflation is still increasing in the West, and we are supposed to see an increase in the CPI overall month on month. Okay, median CPI to month on month, trend CPI to go up. Okay, overall this scenario has to happen. Now retail sales also, you put a we have to keep a keen eye on the retail sales as well, because no matter how the inflation is performing, no matter it is going up or down, what is the consumer behavior, that is also very important to see. So all of these data are going to be released just half an hour uh, after I conclude this session. So we will see that particular scenario. Now, getting back to the chart, what to see here, let us just open it up. Where we are, this is our indicator. Let's move it up. Let's bring all the stuff that we had removed previously, right? So this scenario, let us let us not keep this on. It's fine. Okay. Now look at this particular photo. Click a photo. Click a photo of this particular image in your head, and now look at this. Right, very much soothing to the eyes, right? When the clutter, when we make the charts clutter free, our eyes, they completely feel relaxed because we are seeing less stuff. Our brain is focusing on lesser stuff. We are kind of relaxed in that scenario. Now in this scenario, look at the EMAs. However, it is a 5 minute time frame. We are doing completely intraday analysis. Okay, we are not going for positional and all that because that becomes boring for me at least. uh, Day trading is a very good idea as such, because it provides us a lot of escapes, a lot of stops, and a lot of opportunities. That is why I discuss intraday. If you have any suggestions relating to this particular scenario, you may post it in the chat box, or later, if you are watching this as a recorded session, you may put it in the comment section as well. So this is the scenario overall. We have got super trend, we have got what it is. Okay, we have got a super trend. We have got lower super trend. Okay, nice. Now look at the EMA only. Okay, I will have to again go back and post only EMA. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, okay, nice. Basis. Let us remove basis. Okay, now it's fine. I suppose everyone can see these three EMA. Okay, the white one is the shorter EMA, shortest time period EMA. The blue one is a little bit, uh, you know, older, or what we can say. It has a bigger time frame, and this one is 200-day EMA, which is the highest time frame. Now it is what is happening currently here is the 50-day, 50 time period. Now when I say 50-day, it is 55-minute time frame. Okay, so 50-day, if I'm saying, just consider it. Okay, so 50-day EMA has gone down and has crossed under 200-day time frame, which is a very, very bearish signal for USD CAD. Still, it is not going down. Still, it has made a higher low. Okay, look at this. Still, it has made a higher low. Let me open up the magnet. Okay, yes, it has made a higher low. Okay, so this doesn't make sense. So it is somewhat, what the market is doing currently is that it is waiting for the data, and that is why we will see, even if there is a bearish signal, it is not going down, it is not completely crashing. Okay, it is not completely crashing. So this is the scenario here. Okay, and we are almost done, and I am also done. What else to look at this? You have to just wait for the data, see the data for yourself, and then see the momentum go in a particular direction. A PMI is very crucial for USD. Okay, if it has to maintain, let us go to USD JPY. I will have to show you one thing, I suppose. uh, right, it is still maintaining 134 1, it is maintaining above 132, which is a very good support. Okay, very good support. The thing that has went down all the way to 129 128. Let me see. Okay, yeah, this is the scenario. Now look at the low here. Low was nearly 127. Okay, it has come up after that episode, especially due to the employment figures. Now, still, if we see the daily data, we see that there is a resistance somewhere around 134.7. So, because of this particular EMA, right? So, this is the scenario, support around 133.8. So how we are doing this? Because of these AMAs, we are getting an idea, we are getting, we are looking at it, and we are, making an educated guess. When it comes down to 5 minute time frame, still maintaining above 132, which is a very good sign. Look at this, the 50-day EMA has just crossed over in the morning, in the night. Okay, in the night it has crossed over, and then it is just moving up and up. Okay, it has not come down, it has not crossed under. Okay, so there is higher chances that still it moves up, and after a good PMI it is still going to go up. Okay, so we can expect a higher levels in this scenario. For this completely education point of view, no trading advices, no calls, no stuff like that. Okay, we don't do that here. We just provide you a very good education, that's it. And that is what you are seeing right now in the live market. Okay, so thank you very much for joining in, everyone. My time is over. You have been a wonderful audience. Let us see how the market turns out, what the data is, and how the market reacts to that data. So, thank you very much for joining in. Until next time, happy trading and happy learning. Goodbye.